if somebody has already made an early order program commitment, with pricing changes potentially coming down the road, what do you see as a distributor? Are they going to are oh, I can't. I feel like Judge Judy, right? I'm not going to. I'm not going to ask you to say, "Hey, man, what's somebody else going to do?" When pricing changes, and it's going to change from what you're saying.
Right.
Are most distributors, or rephrase that, will Sigma Organics, let's say I signed today with you guys, and it's my early order, will those prices be maintained and held regardless of what the increase in price is, or am I going to have to take that product to get that pricing?
Well, what I'm looking at, Wayne,
how do you see it working across the country?
Right. So what I work for, and I can't speak for other distributors, but at Sigma Organics, what I'm trying to do is, nobody really knows truly 100% what they're going to be doing next year as far as fertilization and weed control goes. Okay. But you probably have a pretty good idea of what you're going to do. And what I'm trying to do right now with some of my customers is, listen, get yourself locked in, okay? Even if they don't want the terms, we're going to call it a pre-booked order, okay? And we try to give net 30 terms from those from day of delivery, okay?
Okay.
But the big thing is, I will honor the price for what you've ordered during this period right now, during period one.
Okay, so if I say, hey, man, I want, 100 cases of X product.
Correct.
And then those 100 cases will be at $1 a case, but if it goes to $1.75, anything above and beyond that early order program then goes to the new pricing.
Correct. Now, if you made an order with me in early order period one, and you even wanted to add, I still probably, I can give you that price, okay, as long as you add it during the same period.
Okay.
Once that price has increased, then all bets are off. Then you get a new price. Okay.
Now, so are you guys hearing anything from I don't want to throw a particular brand out there, but just whoever the major manufacturer may be of herbicides and pre-emergence. That's fair.
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Right.
Are they forecasting a percentage increase? Have you heard anything? I mean, is it 10, 20%, 40%? Is there any forecasting being done on their end?
Well, I asked on one particular manufacturer, okay, as to what they're seeing as far as growth, okay, or what they're seeing as far as orders coming in. And they were saying because of the software issues that they were having on their end, they could see the customer of where it was going as far as distributor, okay, but they could not see how many gallons at that point last week as to how many they were going to need of X product, okay? Which I think realistically in this world of uncertainty, you're playing with fire from a manufacturing standpoint, because if you need 500 gallons and you only produce 400, well, what are you going to do for that customer? You're short. So, that's a really good question, Wayne, that I have not gotten a solid answer on. Are we looking as an industry at a 25% increase?
Because a lot of guys, I mean, first of the year or now, toward the end of the year, I mean, we're recalculating costs for our programs.
Correct.
So
Correct.
We're trying to figure out as an industry, okay, that, our customers, let's say your customers are used to, that's God, I wish they were used to it. I mean, as an industry, a lot of guys never have a raise, but, let's say, 3 to 6% increase is normal for a company.
Right.
But,
right.
With chemical costs going up, fuel costs going up, labor costs going up, I mean, it could be a reality to have a 18 to 25% increase.
And I realistically, the end user that I was talking to yesterday about his program from next year said, I feel like he was facing a 15 to 20% increase across the board.
Yeah.
And he was worried about customers walking away, but I had to tell him, listen, if you're doing 15 to 20%, there's got to be other
It's going to affect everybody equally. Yeah.
Correct.
That's
correct.
the thing.
You're not in the boat by yourself. Everyone else has to be doing this.
I think what it's going to maybe create is what I personally call the customer carousel. In other words,
Okay.
where, it's kind of like the same thing that happens in a year after when funguses have been bad, or you have a drought and people's like, man, my yard sucks since you start doing it. And, so they leave A company to go to B company, and B's customers go to C, and C's come to A. We're just rotating customers around. It may be one of those years,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, and you never know. I feel like also in the last 2 years with the virus, that there's been a lot of people saying, you know what, I need a professional to come help me. I think that's where, we're seeing an uptick in the industry on acres gained of being fertilized and having weed control applied to them. Is they're finally, when they haven't done it in previous before this, that they're now doing it. And so I think that's a big increase in the overall uptick of lawn care right now.
Right. Well, hey, Stephen, I appreciate you coming on with me, man. And it's a quick 19 minutes, isn't it?
It is. Well, real quick, Wayne, if you don't mind, if any of your listeners have questions, as always, feel free, if they're in the Kentucky and Tennessee markets, to call me at Sigma 502-645-4808. If they're more in the Middle Tennessee area, feel free to call our home office at 615-383-0206. We'd be happy to talk to you about early order and just lay out the terms and just talk to you about here's what we can offer you. Otherwise, get in contact with your distributor as quickly as you can to keep as much money in your pocket as possible.
I got you. Hey, I appreciate that. And, phone numbers are sometimes hard to remember. So if you guys need something, you guys got my number. You can reach out to me. I can help you with that end. Certainly reach out to your distributor. Is that fair, Stephen?
That is fair.
Reach out to your distributor wherever you're at in the country and just check into this. And I think you'll find that Stephen's not blowing smoke up our rear ends with this. He's a very ethical guy, and he wants you to be successful too, because just like it's like Turf's Up Radio. He knows if you're successful, he's successful. And just because you don't buy from him, the industry gets better as you get better. So, at the end of the day, it makes it all good for all of us, right, Stephen? It's just that.
Most definitely.
Just that simple. So I appreciate you coming on with me again here on Turf's Up Radio Profit Time Show and sharing your knowledge, my friend. What about a website? If somebody wants to go to the website, what's y'all's website?
Feel free to also go to Sigma Turf. That's SIGMATURS.com, and that's all one phrase.
All right. Appreciate your time, Stephen. Thanks for calling in.